I see this arc starts a lot with the villains. Maybe this is what we can call a villain arc. Man, I really hate Shiriaki and the League of Villains, because this just further solidify that the despair they are growing is very big. But now another hateful villain has entered the scene. Although we have seen him before, this seems to give confirmation. This seems to imply that the doctor that diagnosed Deku a very long time ago is the doctor that looked after All For One all those time ago. Because we see a little bit of a glimpse of his face, and it looked remarkably similar to that Dr. Tsubasa. Whatever. But this is the Angry Anime Fan, Boku no Hero Academia chapter 221. First of all, reveal that Giant Mecha actually has no pants on. I guess someone with his build wouldn't exactly have it, but I guess that explains why he always wields a robe. Because he's always naked. I didn't need to know that. Either way, the doctor tells Shiriaki and reveals a little bit about Giant Mecha's. Giant Mecha's strength keeps on destroying things, as he also say that he is so sad that he wants to acknowledge, but he is also saying that is too weak. So the doctor actually reveals that Giganta Mikia was actually one of All For One's bodyguards, or perhaps the bodyguard, and one of the people All For One trusted the most, because he was that unquestionably loyal to him and had unworldly stamina. He's also someone who has multiple quirks without any modifications. So apparently is that implying that All For One made him like that, or was he born with multiple quirks? Either way, he is not a normal, because he's different. However, All For One hid off Giga after his power began to weaken. And but he also entrusted him in hopes that his dreaming will live on. But then Dabi points out that this guy is not a nice present. And the doctor, who actually reveals to like Dabi a little bit, says that Giant Mecha's problem is simply because he's too strong. And as a result he's in despair. And he sees too much of a gap between All For One and Shiriaki. I guess that means he respects strength, and All For One was that. So the doctor temporarily makes him stop by rampaging, by playing a recording of that is All For One talking to Gigamecha through a recording. I guess that actually answers why he always has like that, because he has All For One's instructions and his recorded voice into it. Gigamecha really is just like a child. He is unstable, he is dangerous, but he really was incredibly loyal to All For One, like a son to a father. Or not, well, there are many abusive fathers, but you know what I mean. Especially the fact that he grabs the thing and tries to really listen to it very carefully suggests that he's just like a pet, someone who wants to listen to his master. It's a disturbing sight, but it also makes sense. That's just how dangerous Gigamecha is. Of course, Shiriaki do not really want someone like Gigamecha, but that's actually one of the reasons why I hate Shiriaki. He's also like a spoiled brat. You don't want to accept things you cannot control, but that's because you don't have any choice. Although the doctor doesn't acknowledge Shigaraki either. So he's saying that you spend too much time with Kurogi, so open your eyes. And then then he teleports them away, because you remember the time of Endeavor's attack, you know. It's the quirk that the quirk that allowed the Dabi to be teleported away by a black liquid he called Ukyo. Yes, it is actually revealed that is that black liquid, because the doctor's name is Ukyo, or at least as an alias. We do not know his real name. If that is the same doctor that diagnosed Deku, then maybe even Dr. Tsubasa is an alias. All we know is that he is the doctor, but he calls himself Ukyo. And he was the one that teleported Dabi away. And indeed, he teleports them to an undisclosed situation, as we actually see the doctor in a silhouette. And it turns out that we see the high end that attacked Endeavor, as well as a lot more. Yes, unfortunately, the high endo that attacked Endeavor was not the only one. High-endo is not even the name of one normal. No, the doctor is creating a lot of high-endos. Let's see, he's creating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 maybe? 12 different high-endos. So then, and W points out that they're different than normal. And so the doctor, with his megalomania, calls these his children, something like that, that are the normals that are closer to his masterpiece. It's not exactly revealed what how the doctor can create these normals, but it's revealed that Shiriaki was looking for the doctor because he wanted to duplicate a certain bullet for him. A certain bullet for him. We know that Shiriaki has the quirk erasing bullets. Is he intending to, just as I fear, let the doctor reverse engineer the bullets that were created? I won't like that. I really won't like that, but it makes sense if they do that, because if the Villain Alliance do that, then despair will win. There is nothing that can stop quirk erasing, except maybe Eri and her quirk, but I have a feeling even that is too much of a big, although it's not exactly answered. It is even revealed that the doctor knows of Shiriaki's father, or something like that, because it says, "Your hair is longer. Are you and your father and everyone else well?" That shows another sign of his insanity. The hands, one of the hands is his father, we know that. Then what is the other hands that Shiriaki has on him? Is that the hands of other close people he had in his paper? Either way, the doctor says to them all to stay away. Because, well, I don't know exactly why he's like that, but he is not exactly someone who wants to be approached. Because, well, and that is exactly why he only teleported them here. He does not give them the location. He doesn't even give them the real name, because he just calls himself Daruma Okyu. So then he confronts Shiriaki and demands a certain answer. He called these Nomos his children, his technology, and his very life that was offering to the great Alpha One. After all, the Doctor is a very long-standing follower of Alpha One. He doesn't dislike Shiriaki, but he also feels like Shiriaki has accomplished nothing, despite the fact that Alpha One somehow breeded Shiriaki into a successor. I mean, even back then he didn't believe Shiriaki had it in him. It's not exactly known why did Alpha One just have so much faith in Shiriaki. I mean, granted, I think we know. I mean, Shiriaki is the grandson of, after all, Shimura no Nana. So basically, it's not that Alpha One had faith in Shiriaki because he knew he could do it. He had faith in him because he knew that grooming someone that was the descendant of a hero would definitely sting Alpha One. So whatever fatherly affection he had for Shiriaki, it's not real. It's just to manipulate him and create the perfect toy that is, and that was his successor. Although to even create a successor is pretty rare. He could have taken anyone, and yet he decided to take Nana Shimura's grandson. But I think he only did that to hurt All Might, not because he saw potential in him. Although we still don't know Shiriaki's past, and I have a feeling like, even though it is tragic, I have a feeling Shiriaki is not so, sympathetic as we believe him to be. As the Doctor questions that he has, actually reveals also how old Shiriaki is. Shiriaki is something like in his 20s, and a trash of society. So what will he show him? Well, we don't know, but will Shiriaki answer now? What does he intend to do? I think I know what he intends to do. He wants the Doctor to reverse engineer the bullets that he took from Shisaki. And then I think he wants to throw the world into despair. He wants to prove to the world that how much corrupted heroes are. And he wants to prove to them that no matter what happens, there is no hero that will save them. Remember the high endo. If there are more than one high endo, then that means that not even the current #1 hero stands any chance against them. And if they perfect all those different high-endos, then they can practically destroy everything and everyone there is. And that just further implies that there is that can just also throw the people into despair. So I think that's Shiraiki's plan. He plans to throw the people into despair until they submit to him, knowing that they're just as miserable as he is. But what do you think? Give me your thoughts if you have any.